Hello everybody, it is Nicole from iiKiui and welcome to day 3 of Inktober. So the witch that we are going to be inking and coloring today is the Garden Witch. I believe I did this last year as well, and I actually used the same marker. The design is actually pretty similar to a drawing that I did for Inktober, I believe 2 years ago, and I believe it was also for a Garden Witch. I remember in the old design, the witch had a braid, and I used the same color. So for the most part, I did use my zebra brush pen, which is in the medium tip. There are times that I can get really thin lines from it, and times I can get thicker lines. However, for the details in her hat, I decided to use the Artline fine liner in 005. And if you noticed before in previous Inktobers, I tend to use the fine liner when it comes to their eyes and lips. Since the brush pen has less control, and I think that it's a little bit harder to make thinner lines with control, I just decided to use the fine liner so that I don't mess up. I think the hardest part about Inktober for me is to change my pen pressure, which adds different line widths and definitely more dimension to the line art, but I always have a tendency to make it very consistent. Since I'm so used to using fine liners which give a consistent line, I tend to lean towards that, but it's definitely been helping using the zebra brush pen to practice. Of course, that is the whole point of Inktober, and I think it's helping so far. So the color that I chose was a Copic marker in YG03, which is yellow-green. And I chose this color because it kind of had an earthy feel to it, and it was more yellow toned than the other greens that I had, which were more blue toned. Looking into nature, most leaves are probably more yellow toned than they are blue toned. Choosing where the colors would go was a little difficult as well. Because I didn't want her dress to be completely white, I decided to make it green, which meant that her hair couldn't be green. So again, I used the fine liner and shaded in to make it kind of black, I guess, or at least a shaded color. I also knew I wanted the leaves and the design on her hat to be green as well, so based on those decisions, I chose my color scheme, or I should say color placement. Overall, I really like this one. The most challenging part of this particular one was actually the profile face. Since I'm not very good at it and I'm not used to drawing it often, I tend to struggle with making them look correct, I guess. But I do like how this one turned out, and I hope you guys like it too. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Keep drawing, keep painting, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!